parts of question 1 is related to your understanding of what the number means. So I shouldn't have to talk too much about it. Question 2 is taken from past exam question 2013. Okay, so there are some little changes which I'll talk about a little bit later when we comes to it. Question A1, determine the number of eggs in this population that die in the first year. So in the first year, from eggs to date. Okay, so 0.6, whoopsie, 0.6 times, the reason why it's 10,000 is because there's 10,000 trout eggs. So 60% of 10,000 is 6,000. 6,000 eggs will die in the first year. Now, A2, complete the transition diagram below showing the relevant percentages. Please make sure that you remember to do the bits where it goes back to itself. So adults, 50% of adults stays as adult. 100% of fish that died stays dead. Okay? So a lot of you make similar mistakes in your practice exams. You forgot to put in the return to itself loop because it wasn't there. You must be brave. You must have the confidence to add it yourselves. And the second common mistakes that people make is they forgot to change it from decimals in the matrix into percentages in your transition diagram. Okay, B1 is reasonably straightforward. You can see the formula that I used. For B2, make sure that you read the whole question, underline the key information, and then remember to round your answer to the nearest whole number. Okay, so those two questions are not too complicated as long as you pay attention to details. Now, question C1. That is when the things that are underlined and the things that you need to pay attention to. Okay, number of adults trout, not percentage of adult trout. So you need to pay attention to little things like this. And C2, what's the largest number of adult trout that's predicted to be in the pond in any 1 year? The fastest way to do it is try to do it 2 or 3 iterations, so you see where it peaks. The numbers will start ramping up and then it'll start going down, and then you find the highest number. In this particular case, it's in the 2nd year before the adult trout numbers starts to reduce again. Okay, now part D is the important one. If you read the 2013 past examiner's report, it'll tell you that a lot of students didn't do this question. Okay, I kind of did it a gazillion way. It looks super complex, but really it's not that complex. Now, determine the number of eggs, baby trout and adult trout that, if added to or removed from the pond at the end of each year, will ensure that the number of eggs, baby trout and adult trout in the population remains constant from year to year. So this is very similar to the SEC question that we did. Now, key is remain constant from year to year. In order to remain constant from year to year, every single year, your state matrix should be equals to, okay? So previously, we got from B1, S1 is equals to 0, 4,650, and so on and so forth. So in order to make this equals to S0, then you just take the difference. So essentially, this bit tells you how I did it. Okay, so I figure out what S1, if we use the original formula, we got S1 as this value. But our objective is to make S1 become the new S1 value to be the same as the S0 value. Okay, so then the easiest way is to say, okay, S1 new must be S1 the previous one and some difference. Okay, then using algebra or using your solve function, you'll be able to figure it out. this and this. We'll discuss it when we get back to school if you are still not super confident. Don't super worry about this part because I was trying to work it out in my head before I try to explain it to you. Part E has changed from 2013. 2013, to get S2, it's a 2-mark question, okay? But now they've reduced it to a 1-mark question. So you really need to make sure that you don't make any careless mistakes so that you earn this 1 mark. It's an easy 1 mark. It's tedious but easy 1 mark, okay? So basically all you have to do is to substitute values into the equation. Start off exactly like what I've said here. T times S naught plus 500 times M times S naught, okay? And all the values, M is here, S naught is here, T is here. All you have to do is to put those in. Now, once you've got S1, then S2 is equals to T times S1 and 500M times S1. So all you have to change, T hasn't changed, M hasn't changed. The only thing that you need to change is S1. Instead of using the S0 value, don't use this anymore, but take this, put it in here and here. Then you'll get the answers that's correct.